Welcome to Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Eric.
I'm your host, Dominic.
In today's episode, we will talk about our 2022 golf resolutions, our tour picks, and our first annual Save Par Golf tournament that will take place in June 11th, and much, much more. Dom, we are in episode 24.
No longer the Michael Jordan episode.
The Mamba episode. Rest in peace.
Ooh, R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe. I was thinking that too. It was like we had just had 23. Now we got Kobe.
I didn't even think of that.
Back to back. We are riding this solo today. No guest.
Solo dolo.
Solo dolo. Next week we do have a pretty... Hopefully. Have an awesome guest that we've been excited about having for the last couple
weeks. I am ready to full on fanboy. I have a whole intro written for him. So I'm ready. Got
your notes and everything else?
I won't go that far.
Oh, okay. Do you want to dive right into it with our resolutions?
Yeah. So this was an idea I had. I thought it'd be fun to, because I don't really do New Year's resolutions, just because then it's something for me to forget and not do. But we do golf resolutions, because there are things that I would like to fix in my game. We get it that you're perfect, but there are things that I want to fix.
Far from it.
So I'll say one, and then you can say your first one.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
My first one is I want to actually fix my drive versus just aiming really left. I want to, maybe like read some things, not even like take lessons, but like actually like focus on what I'm doing.
Just watch a bunch of YouTube videos.
That's kind of my fear. Because, I mean, you watch all those YouTube videos and they all do something different.
Next thing you know, your swing's just completely jacked.
Because, I mean, what I do is like for chipping videos, I only watch Phil. Because I think Phil is like the best short game player I've ever seen. Arguably.
He's one of the best, yeah.
Yeah. And then like I watch a lot of Rick Shields. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, he's got awesome videos.
I love Rick Shields and everything he does. I mean, he's a PGA pro and, teacher and everything. And
you should send him a DM and see if he can help you out.
We should get him on the pod.
That would be sweet.
Because he has his own podcast.
Yeah, he's taken off. I think he's got a boatload of videos on YouTube. I think he's hit like 1 million subscribers or something like that. So he's doing a really good job, and a lot of people love watching his videos. So
congrats on 100K, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, hit 100K.
Big milestone.
Yeah, pretty awesome. That was actually, it's funny when we talk about resolutions. That was actually one of my New Year's goals.
Was that 100K?
Yeah.
Well, now you need a new goal.
I know. I got a couple, but...
but yeah, I want to like fix my drive. Maybe that is kind of focusing on what Rick Shields has to say, or... Because I don't care if I hit the ball super far. I just want to be able to consistently say, okay, it's going to go here or somewhere in that area.
Have the confidence when you pull it out of the bag. You can at least know what you're kind of doing.
Yeah.
Mine is a lot... how should I say this? I kind of went in a different direction. My first goal is pretty basic, but I'm going to wear a sweatshirt during a round of golf. And I'm not going to have any shame in my game. I'm going to wear a sweatshirt. If somebody's going to say something, then whatever. But that's my New Year's resolution.
Are you going to wear your own Safe Par hoodie?
I think so, yeah. I'm going to wait till maybe a Twilight round.
I got a lot of compliments on mine.
I like it. The downside is the sizing. It's just
a little off.
It's small. But I like it too. Yeah, it's nice.
I get a lot of compliments on it. People have kind of asked me about it, and yeah.
What's your second one?
I want to take my time putting and not rush. We kind of know that the running joke is that I can't putt and that I don't care that I can't putt. I would like to start caring about me putting.
I was just going to say that it's not that you can't putt. It's the fact I think you just don't care.
Yeah, it's like
you just get up there and you just hit it.
Well, there are certain moments where I'm just like, God, I'm like 40 feet away. Like, let me just hit it close. And I just hit it close when really I should try.
Take your time, work the ball, line it up, get into a rhythm.
I should learn how to aim because I don't know how to aim.
Aiming is important. The speed too is obviously another
the tempo
factor. Yeah. You're talking about putting for your resolution. That was also one of mine. Mine was quit 3-putting. I'm just sick of it, so I'm just not going to 3-putt anymore.
I'm just sick of putting.
Yeah.
I'll just hole in one.
I'm not a big fan of 3-putting, so I'm just going to quit that.
I'll just get a hole in one and chip in every time.
It's so much easier.
Oh, isn't that a Happy Gilmore line?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. My third one is I don't want to give as much advice since nobody listens to me anymore.
I like that.
You'd think people listen to me a little bit more because it's like, we talk about golf at least once a week and we're always doing golf stuff and blah, blah, blah. I know a thing or two. But
maybe more like encouragement than anything. I think everyone could use a little encouragement. Or not necessarily encouragement, positivity. nice shot.
Well, it's like there are things my friends do that I know what they're doing wrong, and that I have said it, and they kind of look at me like I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I give up. If they want to suck, they can suck. Granted, I suck, so I can suck with them at least. But like, I'm done helping you guys.
My last one was I wanted to play a round of golf with a caddy, professional caddy.
Oh, so you don't want me on the bag?
No, I'm not that I don't want you on the bag, but I would just like to maybe
try it.
Try it, yeah, because we've talked about in the previous episodes about how like the mental part of the game, where I think you could either really have a really good round or a really bad round, depending on how that first tee shot goes.
Yeah.
But I would love to have a professional caddy that actually like knows that course in and out, because I feel like if I can get off the tee on the first one and I have a little confidence, that caddy's going to be my hype guy.
Yeah.
And he's just going to help me along the way.
I would love to
shoot 104 and break my record.
I would love to have a caddy, mainly because I want to hit my first drive and have him go, "What the hell are you doing?"
I feel like caddies have that, like, right off that first shot, they know what they're in for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like my first shot is drastically different than your first shot. You know, your first shot, they're like, okay, he knows what he's doing. And then there's me who's like aiming 400 yards left.
You kind of want to like let them know after the, hey, okay, just bear with me. Okay, this is the first shot. I was a little nervous, you know?
And then it happens 18 more times, yeah.
Said you're not bad. You're not giving yourself as much credit.
But I'm not like, my issue is I'm not consistent.
I think that's majority of most people. But yeah, I know what you're saying though. I think once you get that swing established, it's confidence is like literally 95% of it.
I was reading that more and more people are doing 3/4 to half swings, kind of like what Tony Finau's doing, where his is more
short backswing.
Short, yeah, because that's what I do. Is I get kind of scared once my club goes up a certain height that I'm gonna like lose it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually, when I first picked up a club, like when I really started playing it a lot, that's what I did. I totally transformed my swing from like the first 3 to 4 years that I played. It was literally the short backswing, but it was kind of a powerful follow through. But it's I've kind of went back to this before, but it's kind of like playing basketball, practicing. You start in small, work your way out. It's the same way. You have more control. You start off kind of small in your backswing.
Yeah.
And once you start feeling more comfortable, then you can. And that for like the first 3 or 4 years, I would always watch my swing. It's like I didn't like my swing. Not that I was playing bad golf, but it's like I really just want to have. You know, you watch all the pros and tour players. You're like, these swings are so like.
And you want the big Dustin Johnson swing or the big John Daly swing where it's all the way back and then it's just whipped
get your hips around. And it's a weird transition, but once you get the hang of it, it's well worth it.
That's what I do. It's like a half swing and then like the follow through. I mean, there's so much, like my hips open and there's like, it's fluid. But once I go up past a certain height, I don't know if I'm like not comfortable or if I'm like, wow, don't divot, don't whatever at the drive. You know what I mean? So it's just
further you bring it back, there's just that extra amount of time for you to
screw up or mentally lose it.
Yeah. And so it's with time though. Like I said, practice it. I think you have no issue with it.
Should we hit them off of your balcony? 25 floors up.
I don't think we have enough room, and I don't want to get,
your wife might be mad at us.
Yeah, she won't be too
by
mad
us. I mean, me.
We could add on that resolution that we need to go and play Giants Ridge and
the Wilderness.
Because we've talked about literally since we've known each other.
I have a cabin up there.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. But we've talked about it for how many years now, and we've never done it.
My two buddies were, I think this was at the wedding I was at, and they were like, hey, we're going to go up and play Giants Ridge. I'm like, yeah, thanks for inviting me to my own cabin. Like,
I live right there. My cabin's
right there. Yeah, dude, whenever it thaws out, we can go. We can make a weekend out of it. I get PTO now. So
yeah, I think that resolution is definitely something that we should do.
Yeah.
Add that to the list. We went over.
So you have your third resolution.
Yeah, that was play with around with the
yeah.
Yeah, so I had sweatshirt, quit 3-putting, and I'm going to play around and golf with a caddy. And I'm not really even sure where I'm going to play.
You should get the sweatshirt that says no 3-putting.
I like that.
I think OB Golf has one.
OB Golf? That sounds good. I think I'm going to order one.
That's not like me plugging them.
Quit 3-putting.
Yeah. Like, that's not me like plugging them, but like it's oddly convenient right now.
I know. It's weird that we're talking about it. Who are your 3 tour picks.
So I didn't pick any, but well, I guess I did, but mine are more predictions for what's going to happen on tour.
Yeah, I kind of did the same, but I kind of picked 3 different players. But yeah.
So my first overall prediction is Jordan Smith returns to 2015. Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Oh, you're saying he goes back to 2015?
Yeah, yeah. He finds that form again. He finds...
I thought you said Jordan Smith for a second.
No.
I just misheard you. I apologize. But yeah, no.
No, Jordan Spieth returns to 2015 Jordan Spieth. I mean, we're towards the end of last season. I mean, he was starting to kind of get there, so I don't know if he's starting to, like, work things out, mentally.
Looked like he's starting to find it, though, getting back to normal where he was.
I think golf's more fun when he's... crazy good, and yeah, I want him to come back.
The tour is so strong right now.
Oh, it's crazy.
There's so
much and so much young talent.
I know. DJ, who's again
considered the old guy.
Yeah, John Rahm, obviously world number 1. The guy's a stud. There's so many good guys. Rory. Yeah. So that was my first prediction.
Somebody posted on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it. Maybe you posted it. It all blends together. If you could buy stock in one younger tour player for the rest of their career, who would it be?
Oh, that's interesting. No,
and a lot of people said Morikawa, which is kind of...
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Colin guy.
He's a stud.
So that's, like there's so many young players, maybe Morikawa or the other dude.
I'd probably say John Rahm right now.
John Rahm.
For him, he can hit the ball a mile. Solid.
I feel like
it's more of a mental block.
I feel like he's super consistent too. Like, yeah, everybody has a bad round. At the end of the day, they're people, but I feel like he's always, pretty good, pretty solid.
100%. So my first pick was pretty vague, but I just went with Rory wins a major. And I'm not trying to be biased because I want him to win a major, which I do, but I really think that, I mean, he had kind of got married, which was a couple of years ago, but he just had a child, I believe, not too long ago. I know Ricky and his wife just had a child. But there's a lot of things going on, and I feel like he's one of those players that cares about his body, cares about his health, everything. And I think he was maybe just not 100% where he wanted to be last year.
Well, and he speaks so positively on his mental health, his the way he trains, and he's a big advocate and stuff like that. So
absolutely, and I think he cares too much for the game not to win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think that he might have
and he's so good.
His swing is one of the best swings on tour.
Like he doesn't have to win to be so good.
He's just so fun to watch.
Yeah. He's not a big effortless.
Guy. Yeah, he's not a big guy. He's a little muscular now, but the power behind his swings is incredible. What's your second pick?
You're gonna like it.
Okay,
I think. Hopefully, I wrote it because I like you.
All
right. Ricky finally wins a major.
I love that pick. Or that choice. I actually was put a fourth. And I didn't say a major. I said he makes a run because.
Oh no! I
love it. Bold prediction, but
I think this is the year he finally gets the monkey off his back. He finally wins a major. I think he finally does it, because if he doesn't, he's kind of screwed.
If he wins a major, I feel like
because
it'll be a lot easier. Not as much pressure on him, where he can just get out and play because he's so good.
The big critique on him. He's so good. He's got the drive. He's got everything. But what's the big thing with him? Oh, he's never won a major. Well,
that's his biggest flaw.
That's
so to speak.
Yeah.
But he can. I mean, 2 years ago, he was one of the best putters on tour.
Oh yeah,
and it's so important.
And if he doesn't this year, doesn't he lose his card?
I believe he does.
So, I mean, he's got a.
Fortunately for him, he's got a lot of sponsors, so money wise, not an issue. But it's like at the end of the day, he's playing to win.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that pick, and I hope that does come to fruition.
I would love to see him win a major in all orange.
Well, he'd be wearing it for sure.
Tiger's Sunday red would be Ricky's Sunday orange.
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of Tiger, my second pick is Tiger comes back and will finish top 5 in a tournament.
Just any tournament?
Any tournament, yeah. Which would be a huge milestone, considering he literally could barely walk last year.
Yeah.
And he's, how old is he now? 40?
Old as hell.
He's old. The guy is still, you can tell, I mean, the guy can keep up with the best of them. Obviously, his legs are still not where they need to be, but even just watching him and Charlie play, I mean, you can tell he's still.
You know what's wild So he looks stiff and has had all these surgeries, you know. He's only 2 years older than Tom Brady.
46 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady's doing it. Like, slinging it.
He's like fine wine. He gets better as
he's just like Justin Verlander. You know, I know I don't know baseball, but
yeah, he's been around for a while. Is he with Kate Upton?
He's married to Kate Upton.
Okay, that's what
he
I
has
thought.
a kid with Kate Upton.
Okay.
What a guy.
We were talking about this the other day because she was in like some big movies and all of a sudden like you haven't really seen her. I don't know if she's as far as like,
was she in movies?
Yeah, she was in the one with Adam Sandler, I think, right? That was a while back.
Oh, I don't know if she was in movies.
I thought she was.
Are you not thinking of somebody else?
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Because I
I'm
can't.
gonna have to look that up because now I kind of feel
Kate Upton. Because I've only known her from modeling. Because movies. There's a movies tab. Oh, she's been in a lot of movies.
yeah. But I think the most recent one.
2016. Oh, that's 17. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I was kind of curious, but I guess she was kind of a pretty big name as far as just like, because she was in modeling. She was Sports Illustrated and all that. But so her and Verlander are married and they have a kid.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Verlander was a stud.
Yeah, still is.
He's gone now though from where he was in Houston, right?
I thought did
they re-extend it? Because I thought it was like one.
Baseball's been wild this year because like they can't sign anything right now, but I could have sworn they re-signed him for a year because he took this whole year off because of injury.
I was just trying to look and see.
So he hasn't pitched in a year or 2 years.
When he was on, man, he was a stud.
Because he didn't pitch in 2020 because of COVID, and then 2021 he rehabbed the entire thing.
Okay, yeah, no, he agreed to re-sign with the Astros for a 1 year, $25 million deal.
Yeah.
So it includes an option for a second season.
I'm sure.
Wait, is that the original one? No, that was from.
No, that's new.
That was new.
Yeah,
yep, that's new. Okay, sorry, we kind of got a little off topic. So, Tigers come back. Blah blah blah. All right, what is your final pick?
So I promise I wrote this before the season started.
I think you were kind of telling me.
I wrote this January 9th, and it's the 19th. So mine are 10 days old now. I wrote Cameron Smith has a breakout year. He's so far
broke the record for the lowest.
What was he, like 34 under?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of last year, we were kind of talking about him, and I feel like this year he could kind of put his mark down. Not necessarily as like one of the best golfers on tour, but maybe one of the best up and coming golfers on tour. I think he's so fun to watch. He's got the fun style. He's got the mullet. He's got the charisma. The super ugly but super fun shirts. Like,
I like Cameron Smith.
I hope he has a breakout year, and I wrote this before he won.
So you're already...
I'm ahead of the game.
You're
That's a pretty bold prediction.
That is. Mine is John Rahm will win at least one major this year. At least one major.
That wasn't very bold.
Well, I was kind of leaning more towards two, and there's only 4 majors, so I was like...
Oh, I mean...
It's pretty tough to win 2 majors with...
Couldn't he get the Grand Slam?
He could get the Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction.
That is a bold prediction. I didn't want to go that bold.
Oh.
I didn't want to go that far. But I just said 4 tournaments, 4 majors, 4 different style of golf courses.
No, I think...
There's so many good players.
Yeah, I think he'll win one.
You would think. I mean, he's world number 1. He's so good. His game from, like I said, is well-rounded. I think, if anything, it's more mental. And if he's on, I don't think really there's a whole lot of people can beat him. I mean, Cameron Smith, like you said, he shot 34 under and won the tournament. John Rahm shot 33 under.
Yeah.
For the tournament. So it's like Cameron Smith broke the record while John Rahm was right in there several people. So I mean, he's still right in the hunt. And then, of course, I kind of added on that one where Ricky Fowler makes a run. And
I knew you'd say something about Ricky.
Yeah, you got to say something about Ricky. That's my guy. And said that was one of the main reasons that I kind of really fell in love with the game. I mean, I loved his style. I loved the way he played. He kind of had that no fear. He started in motocross.
Yeah.
And he had that no fear kind of attitude. And I think that's I think he's definitely got the talent to do it. I think it's just a matter of turning that switch on. And I feel like if he does win, he's going to win multiple tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see him win, get the monkey off his back, because I hate that everybody judges him based on that one thing. And Like it's not just him and one other guy playing. It's him and a lot. I don't know what the number is. I don't.
Well, like I said, you compare majors. I mean, there's only 4 majors in a year.
Yeah.
And said the
I mean,
field is only getting better.
Yeah, and
it's
he's
stacked with talent.
And he's won tour events.
Oh yeah. He's won different events. It's not like he hasn't won before, but once you get that major, it's you're on a different list of
it's special.
Kind of that elitist on the golf course.
Well, we kind of saw it with Phil, right? Because Phil won. God, what did he win last year? I can't remember.
He is the oldest one to win, I believe, the PGA Championship.
That's what he won. Okay, so we kind of saw that with Phil. It's been a long day.
No, that's cool. I'm pretty sure that's what he won, though.
Because I remember he paraded around with the cup.
Yeah, he won the PGA Championship.
So we kind of saw that with Phil, where it's like, man, we'd love to see Phil win. And then what happened when Phil won? The entire golf course like flooded and surrounded him. Social media went crazy. I'm going to throw that toy off the balcony.
Sorry about that.
I would love to see the same thing happen to Ricky, where the golf world goes crazy. People are like, yes, he's as good as we think he is, but we know how good he is. I definitely think he's good enough to win a major. He just has to do it.
Yeah. It's also kind of crazy. Like when you're playing golf, you could have like the best round of your career or your life, right? And then the very next day you could totally have the worst round. And that's kind of the crazy thing about majors. Like Ricky normally has 3 good days out of the 4 days. And it's you have to play at that level for 4 straight days. And that's where I think a lot of the time it bites him, because there's been numerous times where he gets off to a really hot start, or he get up to a really poor start, and then he would finish really strong, or vice versa. And it's like you have to string 4 solid days of golf, which to an average golfer like us, that seems very insane. Because
I can barely string together 2 holes of good golf.
Exactly, that's my point. Like it's not an easy task. And then you think with the pressure. I mean, and every one of those players is under the same spotlight, so to speak.
Yeah,
but still, it's like you have to play 4 days of solid golf.
Yeah, and I think what he does is he'll, if he starts off poor, he like digs himself a hole. And if he starts off strong, I feel like he just kind of fizzles out a little bit. Yeah, kind of maybe in like in cruise control mode, so to speak. But we'll see. I hope for the best for him, because I think he's good for the game of golf. I think everyone knows that. Oh, and he's so good at golf. And he's literally 5 foot. He's not a big guy, but the power behind his swing, said his putting is really good. I think just with a lot of changes, same kind of with Rory. I mean, he got married, he just had a child. So what you're saying is, don't get married. No, I'm not saying that at all. No. You definitely need that support system. I'm just saying that sometimes there's more important things than golf. Right? Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. But, you could say that. Depending on who you are. Could. Yeah. I'm not saying that. No. Well, you can't say that. I can't say that. No, because I don't know if she listens, but you don't want to say that. So there is a gentleman by the name. I apologize if I butcher the name here, but James Hart Dupreez. He's making his PGA Tour debut tomorrow at the American Express tournament. He's 6'10". He's a South African. And his average driving distance last year on the Sunshine Tour, I believe. Is that a step above like the Corn Ferry? I believe it's in South Africa, so I think it's... Is that South Africa's Corn Ferry? It could be. Could be? Don't quote me, yeah. But his average distance was 373 yards. Now, they did talk about how the altitude obviously was a factor, but he still was out driving everyone by at least 15 yards average. So the guy is 6'10", 260 pounds. And he's making his debut tomorrow, so maybe Bryson DeChambeau's got a little bit of competition as far as distance off the tee box. Not to keep talking about Rick Shields, but he did a video where he played with a super tall players' clubs, and then he played with his clubs. How tall do we think this guy's clubs are compared to our clubs? Because how long is the average? I'd imagine they're pretty tall, because I would say they're probably 30 some. 34, 30 some inches probably for an average club, depending on which club you're using. Well, I mean, because we were talking, and the putter I was playing with was a little too long, and that was 35 inches.
Yep.
Because I like 34.
I'd say 34 probably the right size.
So for him, I bet you his putter's like
40.
Or at least like 36,
like
37.
As tall as I am.
Yeah. Hey, it's not funny.
I'm actually like looking up at the putter.
That's not funny because I'm your height.
No, I know. I'm just but no, I could imagine like I wonder if like they make an extra tall bag for him too.
Oh, I didn't even think about the bag.
And this is like no knock on that. I'm just curious because that's a tall dude.
Do you think the grips are like longer too? They'd almost have to be to compensate.
Yeah, I think they would definitely be the
Do you think they hockey wrap it?
Yeah, the mid-size. They're definitely the mid-size wraps. But yeah, that's an interesting take. Like imagine, do you think the caddy's going to get paid more? Like
no, I don't think
if he places, like, because the bag is going to be so like large. Could you imagine me carrying a bag with those clubs on it? But again, I'm not knocking his size because
no, that's impressive.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of cool the fact that I think they said like he averaged like a 211 miles per hour swing speed. I don't know if that's completely true, but the guy can hit some bombs. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and he makes his debut this week.
Yep, tomorrow. Yep, that's at the La Quinta Country Club in California.
I think it's La Quinta.
La Quinta. Thank you.
I think.
I'm gonna go with that.
I don't know. That's the hotels.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Okay, we're going with that.
And then following up with right before we even got on the podcast, we had seen that Akshay. Kind of a funny story. Awesome story, so to speak.
Hell yeah.
19-year-old wins his first tournament on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's only 19. He's a lefty. He's actually got a smooth swing. And his caddy apparently doesn't know anything about golf from what they said. But they met through his DMs on his Instagram page.
Shoot your shot. Play your shoot. Or shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot.
She shot.
And they won.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for her. She had to know something, right?
Or he did it.
Or he did it. Yeah, but it's a joint effort.
Sure.
Good for them.
Yeah.
He's only 19. He's got a big career ahead of him.
And he was saying that he gets a comped room.
Yeah, he was pumped about that, which is funny. He's 19. I mean, it's the Korn Ferry Tour, which is the next step up, which all those guys are super talented. But
do they get paid?
Yeah, they make money. Obviously, nowhere near PGA. That's why they're there. But they're all really good golfers, right? But it's like he's 19. Kid's got a bright future ahead of him. But I saw that and I was like,
I love how pumped he was about the room. And just like, yeah.
Yeah. It was like he was more excited about the room than actually the trophy and him winning the tournament.
Where's the tournament? Or where was it?
That you put me on the spot on that one. That I'm not 100% sure.
Because depending where it is, I might be excited.
I think it was in the Sandals Resort, which
it's like the Bahamas.
Yeah, let me see.
Because like I'd be pumped for a free room in the Bahamas. I'd be pumped for a free room in like the dead of winter though too in Minnesota.
Right. I think it is in the Bahamas. Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, it's in the Bahamas. So good for him.
Yeah, I'd take a free room in the Bahamas.
Heck yeah. Just even play it out in the Bahamas at this point in time.
Oh yeah. It was cold today.
Super cold. To kind of transition from golf a little bit, because we haven't really had a podcast with just us two. We've had, we took a long break, got sick.
No, we didn't get sick.
I got sick.
You got sick.
I got sick. I was out for a while. I'm okay now. But we haven't really had a podcast with just us two. Vikings, disappointing. They lost. I knew that was kind of coming.
Shocker.
Winter Classic happened.
Yeah,
that was cool. On the coldest day of the year.
Did you hear that they had to heat the ice?
I believe it.
They were heating the ice. Just in Minnesota things, right?
Did you see that they actually, the St. Louis Blues players came out of their hotel wearing some of them shorts and just a t-shirt?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot that kind of happened since we've been on the podcast. So we had Josh at Haywood last week, which was awesome. Super cool guy. Very cool guy.
I really enjoyed him.
If you're listening, didn't listen to the previous episode, check it out. He also has an Instagram page at Haywood Golf. They basically make custom golf clubs out of Canada. I actually currently use their signature irons, and I absolutely love them. So, I'm trying to think of what else we have in the golf world right now that's kind of happening. We've got some new driver launches.
Yeah, I know everybody's pumped about the TaylorMade with the stealth
carbon wood. Yep.
I'm not super excited about it.
I love the aesthetic and the way that they kind of.
I love the innovation of it. You know, I can appreciate it, but I don't think it's gonna affect people the way they think it will. You know, because it's at the end of the day, it's the first version, right?
Of the carbon wood stealth.
Of carbon in golf. Well, it's not the first carbon golf club,
right?
But this is the first time the stealth has been unveiled where it's carbon on the face like this from TaylorMade and blah blah blah. But I don't think your average golfer is going to notice a difference. But you know, people are going to rush to the store and spend like $600 on this thing after tax.
Yeah, $580 plus tax.
$580 plus tax. Yeah.
Yeah. The Cobra, they're releasing their new driver, the LTD. I think there's several LTD-X and then I believe an LTD-Z, which. You know, me and you. Both,
I play Cobra.
Yeah, both Cobra guys. I love my driver. So I saw the video drop today. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm gonna try it out.
I'm super excited about the new Callaway, their new Rogue.
The Rogue.
I've always been interested in Callaway, especially because of their jailbreak stuff, which to me makes the most sense out of anything in clubs right now.
That's what I started with my irons when I first started.
And Callaway. You never hear anything bad about, you know, the Great Big Berthas, the whatever they put out, and it's Callaway at the end of the day. But yeah, I think of all the club quote unquote technology or gimmicks, whatever you want to call it, they put in clubs. I think the Callaway is probably the most fundamentally sound. Not so much intriguing because what they're doing makes sense with the jailbreak. Like you're putting 2 bars behind the face. That's going to increase the rigidity of the club. It's basically a torsion system that they put in shoes, but in a golf club.
Facts over here. You're speaking. I have to write these words down and look up the definitions.
So, like, what a torsion system does is it doesn't let your shoe twist anything differently, right? So, like the Ultra Boosts from Adidas have a torsion system in their shoe.
So they have the same kind of similar setup in the driver?
Yeah, so what they're doing is... Oh, do you have a pen?
I got a candle.
Well, it's not a pen.
Nope, no pen here.
I don't have a pen.
But I can...
So I'll draw it out. So here's the face, right?
Yeah.
And it's still going to be the thin metal, whatever they're calling it. Behind it, they have like a little... It's like 2 bars, and then it looks like an oval almost.
Okay.
So what happens is when the ball hits the face, you know, the balls tend to kind of swish in the face, and then you just kind of use them. They're going to hit the bars and kind of go, you know, there's more of a ricochet. It's more, you know, it's stopping and using the power. Okay. It's the jailbreak. Huh. They've been doing it in clubs for a long time.
Sure. And I believe you.
Yeah. Well, no, Callaway specific.
Giving me a history lesson on Callaway.
So I think that's a little bit cooler than, hey, this is made out of carbon fiber, but we made the rest of the head heavier to compensate. Like every comp I've seen or read says it's basically a fancy Callaway sim. But people are going to go spend $580 on it when they can spend $300 and get a Callaway sim or TaylorMade sim. Or even the Sim 2 probably go on sale.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy the price of drivers.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's super cool with the innovation and the fact that they're willing to push the envelope like that. But at the end of the TaylorMade, it could flop and they wouldn't care.
Sure. Yeah. Transitioning from that, our first annual Save Par Golf Tournament.
I'm excited to finally talk about it.
I know, me too. It's been one of those goals of mine to host a tournament, and now it's kind of coming into a reality. June 11th, which is a Saturday, we are going to have our first annual tournament, which is going to be held at Bull Rush Golf Club. So we haven't officially released any of the details. The deets are still kind of we're working on them. So we're making our way, making progress.
Got making a lot of our way downtown.
Yeah. Okay. who is that? Vanessa Carlton?
I don't know. I just picture.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head.
I just picture White Chicks with Terry Crews singing.
Yeah, but anyway, so we gotta. No. We'll talk more about it probably on our future podcast episodes. But gonna be a lot of cool things. DJ gonna drop Leaderboard Customs. He's offering a free pair of custom kicks for closest to the pin on one of the holes. So we got a lot of cool sponsored items and gifts and prizes. And again, we'll be posting that probably within the next month or so, maybe even sooner.
Yeah, and I'm sad that we're not playing.
Yeah, we'll be too busy socializing and all
But
that.
at the same time, it won't really be fair if we played.
Yeah.
And that's not saying that we're going to like blow everybody out of the water, but I don't feel like the host should play in their own tournament.
No, 100%.
It's kind of like Trump owning all of his course records. Like he built the course kind of thing or designed it. Like I would hope so.
Yeah, no, unfortunately we won't be partaking in it, but we'll be socializing. It's going to be a blast. Sounds like we already got several people that are already interested in it. So we can kind of drop in some hints, but publicly it'll be released where you can sign up within hopefully in the next month, maybe sooner. So we'll follow up with that, but it is in the works, and we do have the official date set, which is huge, the official golf course. So again, stay.
And we've played Bull Rush.
Yeah, it's about 40. I say about 50 minutes away from downtown Minneapolis. Yeah. It's north, but it's a hidden gem.
It's super quirky.
Yeah,
and the quirky in a good way. That's not me saying, "Oh, it's ugly." Like, no, it's quirky.
It's a nice course. I really enjoy it. So again, stay tuned. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or a message. Otherwise, same thing. Safe Par Golf Podcast. Let us know. I'm trying to think what else we could cover.
We could talk more about sports.
What are those?
God, that feels so true right now.
Yeah, football playoffs.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good games coming up this weekend.
Yeah. Do you want to join my Niners fandom?
Oh, I'm always taking the team against Packers.
Well, I've always been I've been a Niners fan for a while, yeah.
I think if Bosa is able to play, and again, I think there was one other player that was on the fence of playing this week.
I know Warner is still kind of questionable, but they seem to think he's going to play, which is good because, I mean, originally when he went down, he's gripping his knee. Everyone's like, oh my God, ACL. And he's like, no, it's my ankle. So that was kind of like...
Is Bosa? Because he was in concussion protocols.
I think he's still in it.
Okay.
That's a little bit harder than, because Jimmy G has a sprained shoulder.
Sure.
They're thinking he's going to play. But yeah, Bosa being in the concussion is trickier because it's more the NFL has to clear him versus the team.
I think that might be a big factor because for as much as I hate the Packers, they are super good around. Yeah. They kind of turn it. They're literally like, if there's a time to turn on the game, turn up the Jets, they're right there. They're playing awesome.
The big downside is they did have a bye week, which for some teams is bad. Some teams like to play so they keep the momentum. It feels fresh. Sure. Some teams when they get that bye, they come out really flat. I don't think the Packers are that team.
No, I don't either.
And it's supposed to be super cold, so everybody's like, oh, the Packers have the advantage. It's still cold.
Yeah, I don't care what jersey you're wearing. Yeah. You're going to be cold regardless.
We've grown up in Minnesota our entire lives. We say Minnesota really weird. That's how you know we're from here.
Yeah.
When it's cold, it's cold. Sure. We all complain about it. So I can't imagine going into Green Bay and being like, yeah, what a beautiful day. You're like, no, this sucks.
Yeah, let's finish this game and get the heck out of here.
Did you watch the video of the Vikings? They were it's when they were on the bench, they were being offered the chicken broth.
Yeah.
One of the guys was like, "Oh, that's nasty," and then the other dude drank it and goes, "It is nasty," and he's like, "But it's warm." So I bet you that's like a lot of Green Bay is gonna have the chicken broth. And
I think that was Osborne.
Was it Osborne?
Yeah, I think it was Osborne. Yeah, he kept on sipping.
They had like the hood on, so I didn't recognize anybody. But
what do you think about the Bucks in the Rams game? I think that should be a good game too.
The Rams won the first time, if I remember right. They won in the regular season, but that was when they had like Deshaun Jackson, and they don't have him anymore. It'll be a good rematch. I'm a big Matthew Stafford fan. I'm happy that we have to play against him, but I wish I could see him play more.
Yeah. It's hard for me to root against Tom Brady, to be honest. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him. I would love to see him win again. But at the same time, I don't mind the Rams winning either.
No, I think this is one of the games that they're both super good, and it could go either way. But I would like to see, definitely Tom Brady win another one. But I'd also like to see Matthew Stafford.
This is his first career playoff win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. With the Lions.
Yeah, it was he and OBJ's first playoff win. I would love to see Matthew Stafford really excel because I feel like everybody thinks he sucks.
He's got a lot of talent, but it just depends because he's plays that high risk, high reward game. Yeah, he can throw 3 or 4 picks, but
he could throw 5 touchdowns
and 5 more yards. Yeah. Another kind of matchup that with the Rams and the Bucks would be the the Bills and the Chiefs because I like both of those two teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough because I like Josh Allen, but I like Patrick Mahomes, so it's kind of hard to say. Bills' defense is so stacked right now; they're playing so good.
Like they have so many weapons on offense too, but they almost don't really need it. You know, I kind of want the Bills to win because I want that Stephon Diggs kind of revenge plot line to kind of take place. Because I mean, we've all seen the pictures of him standing on the sidelines where they
last year with the
they celebrate the Chiefs.
Yep.
I love to see him get his not necessarily revenge, but just to get that feeling.
Sure, like that's what it feels like, and now they're on the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like he's had success with the Vikings, but that was like a 1 in a million type thing because we shouldn't have realistically won, and then we got smoked. Shocker.
Yeah,
Vikings.
That was bad. Don't even bring that up.
Yeah. We don't need Keenum either, so don't even say anything.
And then on the other side is the Bengals and drawing a blank. Bengals play.
Oh, right. The Bengals are in it.
Yeah.
Who do the Bengals? The Titans.
Titans, yeah, they had to buy a number one.
Oh, Derrick Henry's coming back and just going to run for 400 yards.
It would be kind of cool to see Joe Burrow kind of tear it up, but
no, they don't have a chance. No,
I like the Titans. They got a lot of talent.
I mean, yeah, as long as Ryan Tannehill doesn't turn the ball over, they're going to win. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jamar Chase and Burrow, that's a scary duo.
It really is.
But then you have to add in Derrick Henry, who's just a wrecking ball with legs.
Okay, so kind of discuss the playoff schedule or seeding. Who would you like to see win the Super Bowl?
The Bucks.
Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see him go back to back.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I would like to see Tom Brady win it, just so it's not Bill Belichick this. Belichick's a great coach. We saw what he did with the Patriots this year, getting them in, and obviously like they lost, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them not necessarily like drift apart, but like I want Tom Brady to like set his own mark that's not affiliated with Bill Belichick. Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, I'd like to see the Patriots either win. Otherwise,
I'd like to see the Bills too.
Yeah, I was going to say Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. I think whoever wins that matchup on the AFC side, I think I would like to see.
I don't care to see Mahomes win another one so soon. I'd like to see the Bills do it just because they have lost so many in heartbreaking fashions. You know, granted, so have the Vikings, but like the Bills have just been like so good, and then they get to the Super Bowl and it's just like miss kick, or they run into the Patriots or whatever.
Right. Well, the Bengals, they haven't won. This is the first playoff win in like 31 years.
Yeah, but I don't care about Cincinnati.
No, I know.
It's Ohio.
I know, but it's just kind of cool to see. You know,
yeah.
That's Joe Burrow's always been kind of a, so to speak, a winner his whole life.
Yeah.
And to fact that he's kind of turned around. I mean, he was number one draft pick, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, as a quarterback, normally you're a number one draft pick, you're on a really bad team.
There's a certain swag to him, too, where he's like, hey, I kind of expected to be here, which can be super cocky, but like I feel like
backs it up.
Yeah, he bet on himself after injury, and yeah.
Yeah, and then you said Jamar Chase is kind of that super stud, kind of the Justin Jefferson. Like he
might be better than Justin Jefferson.
He's super good. So, I mean, I would like to see the Bengals go just because they haven't been in a Super Bowl.
I don't think they're going to beat the Titans, though.
I doubt it.
That being said, you know, the Titans could come out super flat. You know, they had to bye.
Right? Given Sunday, you just never know. Whether they might play on Saturday, but same thing, though. You just never know. That's why you play the game.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Any new restaurants or anything you've been hitting up? Or food?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Boring. I'm trying to think if I had anything up.
I found out I can order my favorite Chinese place to work.
So you've just been hitting that all day?
It's expensive, so I try not to, so I've had it twice. Yeah, and it's not like it's super close either. They have to drive quite a ways to get it, so like I tip them a little bit better on DoorDash. Sure. But yeah, it's super good. It's Big Bowl, so it's in Ridgedale. Okay. Yeah. So Ridgedale to Maple Grove.
Sure. I haven't ever had Big Bowl. Heard it's good, though.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I get the Szechuan beef.
That does sound good.
It's super good.
Yeah, I haven't really had much either, to be honest with you. We've had... trying to think. We went somewhere now. Oh, went to like a local coffee shop a few days ago and had their coffee was really good, but she had it's like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, which is always kind of a good breakfast.
It's hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah, breakfast is so good. So, but no, next week again we should be having a guest that we've been wanting to have on for a while.
Yeah,
I know he's a busy person.
That's okay.
So it's okay. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
So if it's not next week, we'll make it work sometime. But we're thinking next week we'll have a guest on.
Yeah.
And then again, we have also several other guests that are kind of lined up down the road that we're excited about.
Yeah,
So,
I know we're doing another one with Leaderboard.
Leaderboard will be on.
Leaderboard Customs.
Soon. Yeah, he's fantastic.
I think the first week of February.
I believe that is the plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a list. If you do have any recommendations on who you maybe want to hear from, or maybe we'll be on the podcast, send us a message, shoot us a DM or an email.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah,
We'll shoot some DMs, see what happens.
Yeah.
The worst they can say is no, right?
That's right.
Like, should we get Macklemore on?
I mean, shoot or shoot.
It's shoot or shoot. I got my Bogey Bow.
That is sick.
I love it. It's comfy.
It looks dope. Again, yeah. So we're super excited for next week. Appreciate you taking time to listen to our podcast. Episode 24 is in the books, and is this our first or second one since 2022?
We're on a roll.
This is our third one, but it was our second one with.
No, I think it's the second one of 2022 because it's
Haywood was first.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make. We want to put more guests on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I think.
Yeah, and obviously like with Christmas, and then you were sick, and
just kind of got stacked up with all sorts of things. But yeah, in the future we are looking. Like I said, we're looking to have some exciting guests on, all about growing the game. And so stay tuned for future episodes. Thanks for listening.